a football player named her name LaCy, LaCy. They said that police been lying. She told me a little bit of the story, but I heard a little bit about it, but I won't, invested in it because I ain't hear nothing else about it. But now they done came up, so let's see what they talking about.
But ended when LaCy crashed along Aldine Westfield Road. When deputies were getting him from the vehicle, they found what appeared to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound. HCSO believes the shot was fired during the chase.
Okay, what's up, guys? So we got some pretty crazy news coming from the football world. That clip I just played you was from 5 months ago when LSU wide receiver Kyren LaCy killed himself from a self-inflicted gunshot wound after being chased by police. This was a result of a police report months earlier from last year that stated that the receiver was to blame for a car crash that killed a 78-year-old man. The report stated that LaCy was passing cars recklessly at high speeds, crossing the center line, forcing one car traveling in the opposite lane to crash into another vehicle. And days later, Kyren LaCy was charged with negligent homicide, felony hit and run, and reckless operation of a vehicle. And this is right around the time the kid announced his entry into the 2025 NFL Draft, so all this obviously weighed heavily on his mind. His future was in jeopardy as he could have faced serious prison time, and then months later in April of this year, he took his own life. That said, a new bombshell interview just dropped with LaCy's attorney Matthew Ori, who revealed new information surrounding the charge.
My man took his own life. That's heavy, y'all. That's heavy. Knowing you ain't had nothing to do with the accident, knowing you in jail innocent, knowing you got a career, a upfilling career, that shit heavy.
Charges involving his former client. Listen to this clip of LaCy's attorney with the new evidence he dropped, pretty much exonerating his client.
Yeah, so what you'll see is in the top left of the screen, you're going to see multiple cars just making their way south to Thibodaux, coming from Vacherie. At some point in time, you're going to see the collision, which we're going to know is vehicle number 2 from oncoming traffic colliding with the vehicle of Mr. Hall.
Mm-hmm.
You will see another vehicle come to a stop, and then you'll see Kyren LaCy come to a stop.
So as we've seen the video, it looks like the impact happens, and then Kyren LaCy is behind him. How far away was he from there?
Well, yeah, that's the beauty of the investigative report that I now have my hands on. We know from data that Kyren LaCy did, in fact, pass 4 cars. There's no disputing that. Further north, Kyren LaCy passed 4 cars. However, he was back in his lane of travel, 92.3 yards. Back in his lane, behind Mr. Hall. At the time of impact, he's 72.6 yards behind the vehicles at the time of impact. Keyword, behind the vehicles. That is not how this story was ever painted. Never.
Any part of the district attorney's investigation that talked about Mr. LaCy getting back, I guess we call it, what do you call it, correcting or getting in your proper lane?
Sure, he was back in his proper lane according to their data. This isn't my expert. This is the investigation of the Lafourche Parish District Attorney's Office. So I'm here simply comparing and contrasting the District Attorney's Office with state police in this matter, their investigations. And in that investigation.
So look, don't worry about filling any of this top information, like your name, your address. Don't worry about any of that. Just right here, if you could, I'll just have you write exactly what you saw. Just make sure to include, where you were.
I don't even know what the name of that highway.
It's Highway 20. Highway 20. That you just.
All right, me and my wife gonna figure out right quick.
Okay, just make sure you add in there that you had to slam on your brakes and the brakes you had to slam on the brakes to avoid that charger.
What? Why is the telling the witness what to write in his statement? That's what it say right here on my screen, chat. Why is the cop telling the witness what to write in his statement? See how the cops do? This shit crazy.
And the brakes locked up to avoid that charger. That's.
I ain't speak my for nothing. I wasn't even going for it. That lady in the back of me, she didn't know what was happening. That's how she called that record. She was running in the back of me. She pulled on the other side.
Mm-hmm. So, but the charger was coming right at you, correct? And that's why you had to slam on your brake, head on with you. So yeah, just make sure you include that, and that's very important because we're trying to locate this charger right now. So just include that in the statement, and I'll read it over, and then I'll be out of here.
In that video, you can clearly hear the suggestive nature.
That cop need to be fired, chat. That cop need to be fired or suspended or something. That's crazy.
Indicating that I need you to say that you had to slam on your brakes and you had to avoid a charger.
Okay, just make sure you add in there that you had to slam on your brakes, and the brakes, you had to slam on the brakes to avoid that charger, and the brakes locked up to avoid that charger. That's.
But then you hear Gold Truck, the witness, who's the Gold Truck, what he says. And he says verbatim.
I ain't speak my for nothing. I wasn't even going for it. That lady in the back of me, she didn't know what was happening. That's how she called that record. She was running in the back of me. She pulled on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't skid marked or nothing because I wasn't even going that fast.
Mm-hmm.
That lady in the back of me, she didn't see what's happening. That's how she caused that wreck. She was going to run into the back of me, and she pulled into the other side.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you have it. This is crazy that the police would ever do something like this. They basically framed an innocent man, a young man, into believing that he was the reason for the death of another. Like, I don't know how callous you have to be as a human to do that to another person. You basically ruined this kid's life by putting him in a tough situation, and this obviously sent Kyren into a downward spiral, dealing with all the pressure and public scrutiny from this accident. I'm pretty sure the youngster was vilified everywhere on social media because of this crash, something he didn't even do. So I really feel bad for the family because nothing they ever do will ever bring back their son. I'm sure they're going to sue the police department, but still, that's not going to bring Kyren back. Honestly, the police officer and the department needs to be held accountable for this, especially the cop who tried to coerce one of the witnesses to imply that the accident was caused by Kyren in his witness statement. That is downright grimy shit. Anyways, guys, what do you all think about this story? Let me know in the comment section below.
It's been rough some days. Some days I feel good. Some days I might hear a song that me and him that sung in the car together on our rides, just gonna work out together, and it just bring it all back. Cause he was a big NBA YoungBoy fan. I'm a big NBA YoungBoy fan, so it's something. Me and him always sent lyrics. NBA YoungBoy. Just. But he talking on this song, and we always do that. And there's some things that a song might come on and just bring me back to just dang. I ain't gonna never be able to do that again. So I still haven't wrapped my mind around it, but I'm doing better. Some days, you feel me? It's the first person I ever lost in my life that I'm not gonna say actually cared about, but that I was close with. Like I lost a grandmother, but I never really, knew her, wasn't really around her like that. So, my mom and those people was around them. So you feel me? I was just, I didn't understand death neither at the time, but this was like the first person I have lost close to me. And when it happened, it hit like.
So he was wide receiver for LSU. Wide receiver for LSU. That nigga was nice too, as y'all see. He was nice. I bet he used to play the speed walk game, catch, turn around, I could tell that man was nice.
Like it's like life real. Like it's real. Like any moment you can be gone. Like, and it happened so late at night that I woke up to it. And the craziest thing about when I woke up to it, I'm having like a dream of just. And I don't want to get emotional doing it, but I had like a relapse of just something was going on, and I knew it, cause I was thinking about getting a matching tattoo with my closest partner. Like I talk to him every day. Like we always make sure me and him straight, and we have been friends for so long. And it was gonna be just a brotherly love that me and him got for one each other. And I had some in my head because he go work in Houston a lot. So I was like, man, I just hope, I'm be able to find something. But I didn't want to do it because I don't want to make it seem like something might happen to him.
Chad. Damn. That's sad, man. So, guess he got locked up. I don't know if he got convicted or not. I guess he got convicted. And he just was weighing on his shoulders like an innocent man was in jail. He just couldn't do it. He had his career he had to think about. That man had his family he had to think about. But I would not. Do y'all think he really went out like that? Or the police did that because he might have been innocent? I mean, he was innocent, so you think the police took him out? So you ain't had nothing to say? Or what? Because I don't know. I ain't going out like that. I mean, that's just me. But everybody's built different. Especially if I'm innocent. And it's just they ain't put him to life. He probably had a little manslaughter. Probably had to do something. But if you know you innocent, I ain't going out like that. We going. And I had a lawyer ready to fight for me. But send my condolences to his family. Yeah, it is what it is, man. Pausecast podcast over and out. Hit you with another one.